We're both sick, but we're here. This is rough. This is gonna be a rough one. Um, I have not showered in a concerning amount of time because of this. I am taking a shower as soon as this is over. My hair is busted. I woke up an hour ago and was like, "Oh yeah, it's Wednesday." So, welcome to our show called Finding Found, where we break down episodes of NBC's new hit television series, Found, which airs Tuesday nights at the unholy hour of 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This week's episode is called Missing While Forgotten, and that's right. Gabby's going to get on her soapbox that everybody forgot about this girl that she has not mentioned in a couple weeks. So, who's the real problem, Gabby? Hey, Jermaine, thank you. I am not, but I'm not getting better. But thank you so much. um, maybe the shower will fix me. I don't know. Okay, so part of the problem is me for being sick. I'm sick. I have a cold. I called out of work today. However, you know what isn't part of that is me eating just unholy amounts of yogurt. I get into this thing where I'm like, oh, cool. I got a really good deal on Chobani Flips, and I love those. And I'm going to eat one a day for a week straight. Well, as it turns out, my stomach does not need that much probiotic. And then I proceed to do things like drink a poppy probiotic soda. And so now my stomach is like eviscerated. My body is just like, please stop. This episode was intense and emotional. Jermaine, was it ever? But boy, oh boy, do I have a lot of things to say about it. Okay. I just want to start with the fact that one, Dashika had not been mentioned for quite some time, okay? She was mentioned like once or twice throughout this season. I remember they mentioned her like a couple episodes back, but like, please don't act like you have, like, sure, we don't see everything, so maybe you've actively been looking for her, but like, really? Or did you just virtue signal on TV? And now you're like, oh yeah, she was the one I was looking for this whole time. Show it, because it didn't. Show don't tell. Anyway, okay, so this episode discusses Dashika, who's been missing since the first episode. She's finally found. Spoiler alert. And it was a whole thing. It was one of the more interesting storylines, honestly. I thought it was a really good one. Mm-hmm. All right, but here's what I want to start with, okay? That last line of the episode where Sir is like, I'll always be here for you, Gabrielle. Can't you just picture like some kid in the background being like, what's this guy's deal? He said it in the middle of a hallway. You know that someone was there and was like,
janitor's mopping, like,
is that guy okay? Also, look, we're just going to talk about this because I can't hold it in. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how much you love reading. I loved reading in high school. That is not real. That's not a real person. No one exists like that.
Wait, who?
Gabby, come, get out of here.
There's a girl on Twitter that said she was exactly like Gabby.
You're the worst. I would have bullied you too. Shut the front door. Just shut it. Just shut it right up. You are a liar. Yeah. You are a liar, ma'am. Girl on Twitter, I don't know who you are. You lie.
I had two girls in my class like her.
But to that degree? Okay, if a teacher questioned you, are you giving them a synopsis of the story? Come on, dude. We all read Lord of the Flies, okay?
Yeah,
You're not going to be like, Piggy's death symbolizes the death of civility. Get out of here. You're a fake, you're AI, you're a bot. Get out of
they
here.
they wanted her to seem they wanted her to soar above the rest. So instead of putting her in a setting that she actually would have been in, because I was in gifted and talented classes and stuff, which is why I
Yeah,
had people like that in my class, but they didn't
it's your fine. Go ahead.
they didn't soar above the rest because we were all super smart, but they
Well,
were
like,
still
no, it just bothers me because it's not realistic dialogue. I don't
oh
care.
right.
I don't care how prim and proper you are. Like, this was the most. Hey, hey, Janessa. Janessa, please don't tell me you were like Gabby in high school because like you're a liar if you say that. There's no way. Um, I'm willing to like die on this soapbox. I was like I loved reading. Girl, I was an academic decathlon. Do you know what that is? It's studying for fun. It was not fun. It was not fun. I tend to think, I mean, maybe maybe I'm like tune my own horn, but like I tend to think I'm pretty smart. Nobody tries this hard in high school. It's high school. Like chill out. I knew people who studied like crazy, you know, but they were usually the people who didn't do well. That's why they studied like crazy.
Same, Janessa.
Yeah.
Actually, to the girl that said it on Twitter, I responded to her and I was saying, like, I definitely was a reader. I read constantly, probably just as much as Gabby or more, but I was
Yeah.
reading Stephen King.
Girl, I was reading whatever my heart desired. I was going to the local
Right.
library and picking out whatever I wanted. And it was not this. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I was
Like,
in
sure,
college.
Frankenstein? Yes, please. I'll read that. But I was not out here like Macbeth, love it. Sorry, I muted myself after I coughed. Anyway, so this this like depiction of Gabby was I can't. I get it. There's smart, intelligent people out there who enjoy literature and maybe even enjoy the classics. Not me. It ain't me. Um, not me. Not this couldn't be this could not be me. But come on now. I'm sorry, but your evaluations of literature would not sound like this.
Yeah, it was definitely over the top, but isn't that kind of on par with Gabby?
I'm just saying, like, nothing Gabby says is realistic. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, none of her dialogue this entire season has been realistic. Like, you're so preachy, but you're literally doing the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, because I like Gabby. I like Gabby's character. But when she was crying after she told everybody what happened, I was like, yeah, you get
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
get that. Yeah, you get that. Um, Tremaine says, I do not study for fun. If it was for a grade, yeah, sure. But for fun, no.
Mm.
Um, Janessa says, definitely meant to mirror Teen Hugh. She never stood a chance. I know. It was so over the top. And I was like, all right, look, guys.
Maybe I was just distracted because when I tell you that another thing that they definitely wanted to push the envelope on is like young Gabby looked fantastic in this episode.
Dude, why was she look okay, like, I'm sorry. Are you not the same age as me? Were you not wearing a cami under a long sleeve shirt from like American Eagle? Okay. I wasn't because I was fat. And so fat girls didn't get those kind of clothes. But anyway, were you
Um,
not wearing Uggs? You're lying. You're lying. Were you not wearing low rise jeans? You liar. You absolute liar. Why did she look so together? Like, get out of
she
here.
looked fantastic.
Where was your Aero Pastel sweatshirt, Gabby? that you cut a little V-neck in? Where was it? You liar.
Where were your leggings, Gabby?
Who's in charge of the costuming for this? Because I was like, why is she dressed like a 30-year-old? No way. Dude,
So
it's
I
like, you know where she was shopping? Like New York and Company in high school, apparently.
I thought her well, she did make a comment though that something that Sir said to her reminded her of her mother. So maybe her mother was very prim and proper like that.
The manners comment.
Mhm.
The manners comment. I get that. It's just that, like, I just wanted, like, a real character, and this became so over the top and so not real, and I was just like, oh, girl. Also, why was Hugh a good teacher? Why was he, like, a great teacher?
Oh yeah, he was. He
I
was.
know, I was like, "Why is this guy such a good teacher?"
I mean, but he wasn't
Janessa
one of his students.
Janessa said no, but on the day he took her where she had the straightened bangs. I'm dead. Who was in charge of this? Who was in charge of this? Who was in charge of this? Seriously, you guys. At least the straightened bangs I could believe because we all flat ironed our hair while it was wet, just so hard. Just so, and especially the bangs. That was more believable.
Wait, well, let me tell you this. Not only was it especially the bangs, for some girls, it was only the bangs
Oh,
because
yeah, I
the
know.
hair was jacked up. And so all they could do was straighten this little thing.
Yeah. I'm shocked I don't look like that right now. I'm so busted. I should have just straightened my bangs. It would have fixed everything. Just kidding, you guys. I don't have bangs anymore. I've had them so many times in my life. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. So I just like one, Hugh was a great teacher, other than, poisoning his students or whatever, because obviously he did that.
Mhm,
Clearly.
mhm.
Two, okay, here's another thing. These are just like, I'm just ranting now about what bothered me about this episode. Okay, so Gabi, are you gross? Why did your cabinet have that much dust in it? How long was that box of poison there? 80 years? No. Heather said, just popping in to say hi and love you guys. Can't stay because I'm not caught up. Please get caught up and then watch these episodes. Watch this episode in particular because I am fired up right now. I need you to see what I have seen. We love you too, Heather. Oh, while I have you guys here, I'm sorry. I'm so gross. Can you make sure that you like this video and subscribe, I guess? And I'm sorry that I keep coughing. I'm disgusting.
Okay, I just want to point out that she asked him what happened to his mother, and he said, she
Was tragically killed
was killed. I was like,
by me, but
yeah. I said, oh, so Sir is a murderer.
I mean, we don't know that for sure, but I assume it. Anyway.
Is it
Anyway,
bad?
I'm not done. I'm not done about this box of poison. Okay, one, why does it just say poison so loudly across the side of it? Two, clean out your cabinet. That's in your kitchen, Gabi. It could have just been missing. It didn't have to have a spot in the shape of the box. Who's in charge of set design? Set design and costuming. I take beef with both of you. In this episode in particular. You've done great until this. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I haven't talked about any of the details of this episode. Okay, so I am so sorry, guys.
We
It's like I
lost a
cannot
viewer.
stop. I know it's because of my ranting. It's probably Heather leaving, but it's fine. All right. So this was episode 13. I know, right? Spooky. And it was Missing While Forgotten. It was directed by Nikhil Paniz, who had done the third episode, Missing While Widowed. And it was written by the show's creator. Um, I don't want to butcher it. You know, they don't even put. You'd think in the name they'd have like the phonetically spelled. They don't. Anyway,
Hi, Marcus.
Nkechi Okoro Carroll, the show's creator and writer, wrote this episode. Love you, but like the dialogue for Gabby was a bit weird. Anyway, hi Marcus, and and I don't know. There were so many points in this episode I was like, what is happening? Okay. So cat's out of the bag, right? Gabby, I don't even know where to go. I am so there were so many things. We went back to the therapist husband. Where has he been? I don't know, but he's back and he's very concerned about Dawn and I just can't get over that he is his therapist and I can't handle it. Still can't handle it. Okay. Who do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the main storyline?
Yes. Yes, I am. Unfortunately.
Yes, Jermaine asked if she's sick and Takeerah is also sick. So we're quite the match right now. I can barely sit up. Like my back is so sore. But anyway, I remembered an hour ago that I had to do this. So here we are. Okay. So Dashika goes missing at the beginning of the season. We'll move away from the fact that I'm really harping on Gabby about pretending like she's been looking for this whole time. But anyway, Dashika's been gone. No leads. Okay, no leads at all. And then they get a lead all of a sudden. It's a photo. It's been left on Lacey's door, which should be more concerning to everybody. Or no, on the door of M&A? M&A, I guess. I thought it was Lacey's door.
I feel like it was Lacey.
Anyway, photos left. It's of Dashika in a train station. Isn't that triggering for Margaret, was my thought. Or a bus station or whatever. That's all I could think of was like, that's really triggering for Margaret because that's where she goes every night.
Wait, second watch. I didn't do my second watch.
Okay.
I said watch, and I'm like, no, I watched. I just didn't do my second watch.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, so I did not do a second watch. I literally just watched it for the first time right before here. That's why I'm venting about so many things because, like, normally I would have live tweeted about all this stuff last night about Gabby looking 40 at age 16 or whatever. Anyway, so Dashika is abused, we find out, by someone in her family. The grandmother goes to CPS to file a report, and CPS says that there were no findings. I just want you to understand something about this. I'm sure there's shady people in CPS. I've been told for a fact by my husband that the county that he grew up in had extremely sketchy people in CPS who would call families to tell them that someone had reported them. Which is, it's not okay. I'm a mandatory reporter for my job.
Me too.
I've had to report on people because of things that have happened. And I will just tell you that them not finding anything is what happens like 90% of the time. Just let that soak in. Real abuse could be happening. And if they don't feel like it warrants an actual visit, they will not visit. They won't even visit. So I want you to consider that. That system is really messed up. And I'm not for separating children from their parents. But some parents don't know that what they're doing is not appropriate. And this was a really good example of that. She felt like this was valid discipline, burning a child. Now, who knows? Could have been done to her as a kid. I don't know. But
Which
one, she spelled her name with a Y.
which is why when Margaret had her initial conversation with her, she didn't sense deceptiveness coming from her because
Yeah, she didn't feel like
she,
anything was wrong.
yeah.
Um, so anyway, she spelled April with a Y, which was upsetting enough for me to be like, she's the worst. But um, yeah, it was just like it was upsetting to watch because I was like, I know that even though he was on the take, might not have led anywhere anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Now it would have been filed, and so that is the nice thing is like when you go to file, those things are filed in a system, and so if someone calls again, so that's the only solace I got out of like when I reported and nothing happened. That was the only solace I got out of it is that if I reported and then that kid like left our school, which did happen. So tell me what happens there, right? Like they don't know, or do they know that we called? That's
Right.
also upsetting to me. But anyway, hopefully at their next school, those same things, if they're still occurring, are shared again. And then there is a record that I had already called. Now, you do all of this anonymously, supposedly, but who's to say that's actually what's happening? Excuse me. But anyway, him being on the take, again, doesn't really surprise me. I don't love that, but it's a thing that does happen, unfortunately. How you didn't know the $7,000 I got missing from your bank account, I have no idea. To have that much money, not me. Certainly not me. I wish.
Chanessa, I 1000% was on Twitter like, oh, please let him just slap her because what is wrong with her?
Janessa said the way everyone on Twitter was ready to collectively come for that stepmom. I did enjoy that the dad immediately stood up and was like about to hit her. And I don't I, I don't want to advocate for like men hitting women,
Right.
but she deserved it.
She deserved it. And I was like, let it happen. Let it
She
happen.
burned his baby. Don got in the way. Don got in the way. Anyway, so April's arrested, thank goodness. As it turns out, Dashika wasn't kidnapped per se. She was, but she was taken by her grandmother. But her grandfather's Alzheimer's condition was becoming worse, and so grandma wasn't traveling as often. So she probably wasn't able to check in on Dashika as much. So Dashika did come back and was hiding in a cubbyhole in grandma's closet. How fun. How fun for her. Successfully reunited with dad, who then was like, don't worry. We'll try to apply for custody of grandpa, which was like so sad. That was really sad. But crimes, man. Jeez. She sounded like she was gonna puke for a second. Okay, so anyway, so that was the main storyline. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good one. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting.
I was on Twitter like, Bridget's been waiting for this storyline.
I know. Janessa said, but where was she? Did grandma stash her in a farmhouse in the woods too? I don't know. I don't know if she was putting her up in like a motel somewhere. Jermaine said the girl's dad went in full Tyrese mode in anger against the stepmom. This is a reference to The Walking Dead. This is a Walking Dead reference. And Tyrese was the GOAT. I'm not going to say
Absolutely.
anything more about it, but he was the absolute GOAT. Anyway. All right. So that's the main storyline. Behind the scenes is happening some other stuff. Okay. Sir got out last episode. Gabi did not bother to clean the blood up in her home. That's what I'm saying. You got all this dust in your cabinet. You nasty. What's wrong with you? You just leaving blood. I have bloody prints all over the house. Gross. Hi, Lois.
Yes.
Um. So yeah. So it was gross. She clearly does rely on him because she goes down to the basement to look for him at the height of her being upset about this case. So that says a lot about her. Now, where
And
is Sir, you may ask?
she
Well,
got
he's busy. What'd you
she
say?
got his tray out like to cook to make his meal or whatever, and then I guess realized, oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, his blood is all over the place.
Mhm.
That's right. That's so hazardous. I'm so grossed out. Anyway, um, I'm sorry, y'all. I woke up like an hour ago, a little over an hour ago. I've got sleep in my eye.
The way Margaret was like, no, 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 something's going on, because basically what I sum it up to is she said, Gabby, you're unhinged, and I wanted to be like, she's been like this the whole time,
How did you guys not know?
the whole time.
She's not been okay for weeks, months. She's not okay. Um. Also, what happened with the CPS guy? He disappeared. No one
Yeah.
knows where he went. That was it. That was the end of that story.
So I'm wondering, I've been wondering actually this whole time, like, the taping of the episodes, when did they take place? Like before strike, before the writer strike, or maybe before the actor strike, or
It had to have been.
okay. You
It
think they
had to have been.
completed it before the actor strike?
I would think so. Because didn't
Okay.
it start airing? It started airing during the actor strike, right at the end of it.
Did it? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. His actor strike didn't end until October,
Yeah, I know it was late in the year.
early November. It had already started airing.
I guess I was just trying to figure out, like, did we did they give us a break and then these two episodes because they needed that break, or did we just get the break because it was a winter break? I just thought it was odd that they didn't break it up better than that.
Well, I think they started airing it because they weren't sure that they were going to have anything else to air.
Mm,
um, and it was like a mid-season replacement. It seems like because it started airing in October,
mm-hmm.
which is not the normal time to start airing. Um,
Sorry. Two little things that I saw, not on the show. One, Shanola and MPG were live on Instagram, like counting down the finale episode.
mm,
It was just so cute. They're like best friends that hate each other, but of course don't hate each other. And then separately, I saw that I think it was the same party that Shanola was being introduced to Mariska Hargitay,
mm.
and it was, I think, maybe a premiere party for Special Victims Unit. And so,
Well, they brought back Law and Order Thursdays, which is like Law and Order proper came back.
oh, did it? Okay.
Apparently, I saw a commercial the other day, and I was like, that show came back. That was canceled. They like ended that show.
they did. They
They ended
did.
it. Yeah. So it's like Law and Order Thursdays, and it was like Law and Order SVU, and then Law and Order. What is the other one?
Oh,
Um, with what's his face? Stabler.
oh, yes.
It's not Criminal Intent, but it starts with a C, I feel like.
Yeah. But it's so cute because Mariska Hargitay's taking her pictures and Shanola's walking up probably to take pictures next. But then
Mhm.
Mariska Hargitay turns around and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so adorable!" And she like reaches out to hug her and they hug and she's like, "I'm so glad you're here." And they're just complimenting each other. It was just two really cute things I saw that.
That's cute. Jermaine says now that the show is on its off season, which show are you two planning to do next? Any ideas? Okay, so we've talked about this actually. Because I don't cover true crime or anything tangential to true crime content on my channel normally. Um, I just do like horror based stuff. And to me, this is tangential to horror because it's like based in real life horror. Um, excuse me. Yikes. So I just so happen to have been at home sick, obviously. And this past weekend, we had a 3-day weekend, and of course I wasn't feeling well already on Monday. And so I was like, I had been intending to clean my house and I just didn't. I just thank you, Law and Order Organized Crime. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jermaine. And Shanessa, I'm too old to know what that is. Anyway, so we'll get to it in a second. I'm too old. Um, so I was gonna watch it, or I was gonna watch it. I was gonna clean, and I was like, no, I really don't feel well. I'm just gonna like sit down and watch something. And I've literally just been watching The Office over and over and over and over and over and over. And I'm not kidding. Like I'm talking like on a repeat for months. I don't know why. I just haven't been interested in really watching anything else other than like this. And obviously I do coverage for Squawking Dead, the podcast I'm on. I haven't really been interested in watching anything else. And so I was like, you know what? I have HBO Max. I'd forgotten that I'd gotten it when it was really cheap at the end of the year. And I was like, let me just go and see what's on there. Excuse me. Gross. And it's the poppy soda. I have too many probiotics in my system. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to watch True Detective because I started it after the first season had aired. I had started it back in 2014 or 2015 or whatever. And I watched the first couple episodes, but I had never finished it. I didn't have access to HBO at the time. I was living in an apartment on my own and I paid for cable, but I didn't pay for the premium packages. And so I did not watch it. So I was like, let me go back and watch it because one, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. I don't need to say anything more about it, but it was really good. So I did finish season 1, and the reason, you know what, the reason it popped into my head also is because I've been seeing these ads for True Detective Night Country, which is the latest season, and it's got Jodie Foster in it. So the show started in 2014. The second season aired in like 2015, I think. And then the third season aired a couple years later. Each season has a different cast and it's about a different storyline. And so I don't know. Do you guys want us to cover the new season? Because we could. It's going to push back some of the other stuff we were planning because we would literally have to start on it next week. We could keep the same time slot, go live on Wednesdays, but like we haven't watched the first episode yet. I don't know if Takeerah, if you did. We haven't watched the first episode yet. It just aired like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Um, actually, let me look up and see when it comes out.
And we
Each
also
week, I mean.
wanted to possibly take some suggestions from you guys of some things we could cover. It's going to be so much fun. is when we are covering Towel and something else at the same
I
time.
know, I know, I know. The Ones Who Live, Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live is coming out in like a month. And so I will Takira's gonna be covering that separately um for a new podcast that she's gonna be a part of. I will be covering it separately from Takeerah on the podcast that I'm a part of. And then yeah, so no matter what we pick, there's most likely going to be concurrent episodes. But okay, so True Detective Night Country, the episodes come out on Sundays, so we could keep our Wednesday time slot and talk about that. That's if you guys have any opinions about it. I agree. Jermaine, Sons of Anarchy is a great show, but I was looking for something tangential to true crime because obviously that's the people who are following us for Found obviously like that kind of vein of show. So I do want to cover something in that same vein. So that I'm giving them content each week because they're not going to get content from my regular content if they're not horror fans.
Hmm.
Um So that's up to you guys. But go ahead, leave a comment if you're watching this after the live and there's something that you'd really like us to cover. Go ahead and leave a comment. Again, I do want to keep it kind of in the same vein as this, but I don't know. Maybe you guys will surprise me and all agree on something.
Jermaine did previously suggest the new Orphan Black. Uh-oh. Now, am I gone or is she gone? Oh, there we
No,
go.
I'm just blowing my nose.
Oh, okay. um, yeah, the new Orphan Black Witch started already in another country, but I don't think it started here yet.
Um, I don't know. I never watched the main show. That's not really one I can see us covering right now. Sorry. I just True Detective, you don't have to watch anything previous. You can just watch that season. So even
Oh,
if you guys haven't seen it, you could just watch the new season. It's a completely unrelated story.
I don't think the new one is connected with the old one, the Orphan
I
Black
don't know.
either. But you should watch Orphan Black. Oh my god.
Look here. If I wasn't watching the stuff I even want to watch and I'm just watching The Office over and over again, I'm certainly not going to change that now. Okay. So just, it is what it is.
Right, Jermaine?
Don't tell me what to do. If you guys tell me what to do, I'm not going to do it. I won't watch it purely on principle now. Anyway, back to Found because that's why you guys are here. But if you have any suggestions for us to follow stuff, if we end up doing True Detective, which I'm not saying we will, I'm just saying that was my idea. If you guys want us to, we will. If we do that, we will just start right away next week, Wednesday. So we will skip the additional episodes that we talked about for Found, and we will do those at the end of Night Country. So we will do the true crime case correlation episodes, and we will do the playlist episodes. We'll just do that at the end. That's going to be no matter what we cover. If we cover something that's already airing, we're going to have to jump right into it. And so we will push those episodes back. Now, something like True Detective, we could also do true crime correlation case episode on that as well. I don't know that I'm going to go as far to do the playlist thing, but we'll see. Depends on how fun the episode is. I know you're joking, Jermaine. I'm kind of joking, but I don't know. If people tell me to watch stuff, it's why I didn't watch True Detective for so many years. Because if people are like, this is really good, then I'm like, no thanks. Um, and Elise Gleason, hello.
Hello.
Nice to have you. They're codependent on each other. Yes. If you're talking about Gabby and Sir, oh, hands
Absolutely.
down.
Absolutely.
It is an unhealthy relationship. Stems a little bit from Stockholm syndrome. I guess on both parties now. Because they've
Yeah.
both been held captive by the other one. Um, I am so sorry for the constant pausing due to coughing. Okay, so the Sir flashbacks. We've kind of talked about this a lot already, but I just want to recap. Gabby's a brand new student. She's a transfer in. I'm guessing that her and her dad moved after mom died as like a reset. Like we'll start new somewhere else. Um, Gabby is unbelievably good at English, and I'm emphasis on the unbelievable. And it's like she had the teacher's textbook with the answers in it. Like that's what it sounded like she was reading. Uh, as it turns out, he was a great teacher, other than poisoning his students and kidnapping them. Jermaine says Lacey felt so betrayed and literally lost a friend, and Gabby felt so bad for her. Yes, so I felt bad for Lacey.
Lace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for Gabby. Sorry, not sorry. So she finally came clean to the group, and it did not go well. It did not go well. Margaret left, was in tears. She's devastated. She's all of these people have really looked up to Gabby, and especially for her like fortitude during Sir potentially being out, and as it turns out is BS. It's all BS. Like she's not strong for the sake of being strong. It's not because of her fortitude. It's because she knew where he was. And so there's a lot of betrayal there. There's a lot of betrayal there. So Don is unhappy. Don's been unhappy. Of course, he loves Gabby, so he's going to help her. He's going to help her, keep things together. Margaret left in tears. Zeke. Okay, Zeke, my brother. Just turn off the webcam. He physically left the room in the webcam. I don't know if you guys saw that. For dramatic effect, they had him walk away from his desk. You've got to be kidding me. It was one of those things where I was like, my brother in Christ, just turn off the camera.
I don't know why.
Just turn it off.
In that moment, I was really paying attention to everybody's reaction, probably because I was really, really waiting to see like Margaret and Lacey.
Yeah.
More than anyone. But when he got up and walked away,
turn it off.
And left the camera.
Just turn it off. It cracked me up. It cracked me up. So Zeke walked away from his webcam. Must have been awkward when you had to go back later and turn it off. And then like Lacey left.
Ryan.
Yeah. Lacey left also. She was in tears and visibly angry. Fair. Not only that, but excuse me, she's going through this whole other thing in the episode where her dog is sick. And just speak of the devil as soon as I say dog. Go lay down. Her dog is sick. The vet calls, said the dog was poisoned. Much like a bratty high schooler. How is he getting y'all to eat stuff? Also, it panned over to Margaret's pale lunch, and then I was like, did he poison that too? That was what I thought of. When I saw the lunchbox open, I was like, is he just out here poisoning everybody? How? Anyway.
Margaret and her lunchbox.
Anyway.
I wanted to say, like, yeah, she's visibly upset and shaken, and I think she had a moment of not knowing what to do, and then she kind of got it together. And like when we first started, that scene flashed across the TV because I was trying to get a second watch in, and the way she walked out was like, well, guess I'm going to the train station. I don't know why it was like, I feel like I saw like 8 different emotions from her, like between Gabby telling her and then watching her at the train station really process things.
Well, sure. I mean, it would take some time.
I feel like I don't know why. I just feel like of all the people that the emotions I saw on Margaret's face was her trying to understand and then her also looking at what she's been doing to herself to deal with her situation.
Yeah.
Um, so she might be the first one to come around, I'm thinking.
Well, Dawn truly will be the
Well,
first
yeah,
one to come around.
yeah.
But yeah, probably. I think Zeke will be Lacey's going to be the absolute holdout. Zeke will be second to last because of how he feels about Lacey. Um, However, honestly, none of them should forgive her.
Right.
This is horrible. I get like it's a television show, so like we're rooting for the main character or whatever, but like she
Right.
sucks.
Yeah.
You guys,
Um,
she's not a good person.
so someone on Twitter had missed last week's episode and just dove into the finale and
Mm,
had a probably a Gabby fan, which I think we all are in ways. But she was like, I just don't understand everyone's angry reaction. Anger isn't going to get you anywhere. And I didn't know that she missed last week's episode, so I was like, well, it's just like Don said last week. Like you've pulled everybody from the dirt and tried to nurture everyone to make better decisions and be in a better place and try to get past the past basically,
mm-hmm.
and that was rooted also in M&A. And so what Gabby has done is not only damage the relationships, she could destroy the entire business with
Yep.
one confession.
Well, yeah, because it's bankrolled by Zeke. If he pulls out, that's it. It's
Hmm.
over. Um, Janessa said, "I'm devastated we had no audio. I get why for dramatic effect, but I want to know what was said." Yeah, I get that. I get that.
I feel like maybe they were just like, we already know what she
Mm-hmm.
did.
It's been revealed to us, so.
Yeah.
But I get, yeah, you kind of want to see what the reaction is out of everybody else. Jermaine says, "Do you think Gabby will be arrested in season 2?" I'll say what I said last week: no body, no crime.
Yeah. And Don cleaned it up now, so
I mean, if she'd wipe the blood up in her house, because she's got evidence all over the place. You weirdo. Anyway, so yeah, so that happens. Everybody's upset. As a result, Lacey is not answering her phone when Gabby calls. Lacey finds out that her dog is poisoned by someone. It was obviously Sir because he's out here poisoning everybody. And then you get the creepy image of Sir in her closet, which how did he even get in there?
I freaked out. I just, and even on Twitter, I was freaking out. I'm like, you know how much Gabby loves her. Like, I'm going through all these reasons of like, why are you harassing Lacey right now? And then I'm remembering he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know Gabby is found. So now he really probably does want to kill Lacey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't know that she's back. Well, he must though, because otherwise why would he plant the photo?
Oh,
He must know she's back.
so then what is his problem? Back to my original freak out.
Well, remember he said she's the reason that they're not together.
I just feel like he knows. Like he's definitely smart enough to know and understand Gabby's either gonna kill you, make sure you go to prison for the rest of your life.
But she hasn't done any of that yet. So why would he believe that?
Well, she knocked his ass out to get Lacey out of the house originally. You know what I mean? Like away
Doesn't
from.
matter. She's never turned him in. She's holding him. I mean, he is being given a very different perspective. Um Janessa said she gave a press conference, so he must have seen it. Yeah,
Oh, yes,
he
yes,
must
yes,
have.
she did. I forgot.
Annalise says, I think Sir knows. I think he plans to hold Lacey hostage. Probably. He did say he wanted to kill her, but I don't know that that's what he's going for right away. Janessa said, yeah, he still blames Lacey for taking Gabi away. Because if he hadn't kidnapped Lacey, he views it as then Gabi never would have left.
Mm.
Which, as we know, isn't true, but also all that was different was she hit him that time. Couldn't she have done that at any point?
Right, which is what makes me feel like he should understand something is different about Lacey. Like
But that's why
she
he
was.
doesn't want her around. That's why he doesn't want. That's why he wants her dead. That's
See,
why.
he wants to do the one thing that's gonna make Gabi physically hurt him.
I I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's more to that relationship. I don't know that she. I know that she'll want to, but I don't know that that's what's going to happen.
I 100% think that that's what would happen.
I don't know because she's so focused on this punishment aspect, which is not a normal response.
Right, she was this whole time up until now. You know what I mean? Now she can think from a different perspective of seeing that she just destroyed everyone around her thinking that way. And
Well,
now
I would hope, but
he's in danger
for this
because of
whole
the whole
it
situation.
took her the whole season to get to this point. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't she ain't right. She is not right. Um yeah, probably Janessa. Maybe he thinks if he takes Lacey out, Gabi will be too weak to fight back and will fall into what he wants for them.
Then he don't know Gabi very well.
Technically, neither do we. She is doing the opposite of everything you would expect her to do. As a
Not
person who's been
she hasn't
kidnapped.
shocked me in anything that she's done. Like just because I'm going off of what I know about her.
Takeerah,
I'm
her
not sh-
taking him and holding him hostage, and you're telling me that does not shock you.
knowing her now, no.
Okay, but that's not normal behavior. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not what a normal human being would
Oh
do.
right, no, but it's normal for her. It's her baseline.
But only because we've been conditioned to see that. If
Hmm.
you were on the other side, if you were Lacey, you would not expect this behavior out of her.
Oh, of course not.
It's why they're all shocked and they all know her. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're given a sneak peek behind the veil, but like, this
Hmm.
is not, none of this is normal. All of this is shocking behavior. So I don't know how she would react because she has not reacted normally in any stage of this. None of this is normal. He gets out and you call Dawn? You know you've got to confess and you are doing everything to avoid confessing.
I'm
Everything.
not convinced I would have confessed if he was in my basement and then gone.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have put somebody in your basement in the first place.
No.
This is
But
not logical behavior. Like, you can't follow a line of logic because it don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. It just doesn't. Like, no, she's not okay. She's never been okay, truly. I mean, we see like how she interacted with students in a new school.
yeah, and that's why I say she's working from like a completely different baseline than most people. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't okay to begin with, and we only know that because we see behind the scenes. I'm saying, like, this is shocking behavior to anybody that would know her. Like, Lacey didn't think she was capable of this because what she presents is a completely different image
mm-hmm.
than what she actually is. She presents this is why there's so much deception involved in this. She presents this idealized version of herself that I'm strong and I'm independent and I can do all of this stuff on my own. One, she's not solving these cases on her own. He is a huge help to her.
Yep.
She doesn't want to admit that because, as we clearly see, there is a prideful aspect of her. And we see it before Sir even came in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
We see it in her answers in class. You're
Even
a
in
brand
scripture.
new student and you're going to show out like that. You take real pride in you being like the smartest one in the room. And we know that doesn't bode well for anyone. You've met people like that.
Mhm.
They are not fun to be around. And they're
It's
always one-upping you.
like,
Not
of
fun.
course, of course they want to bully her, but at the same time, she's not even like bullyable.
Which is unrealistic writing because she's new.
Mm-hmm.
She would be. And supposedly she lost her mom,
Mm-hmm.
in a recent time frame. She would be bullyable. But this is what we see. All we see is this facade that she puts on. But it's clear that she puts it on all the time with everyone. And has for many, many, many years. Which is not much different than Sir.
Mm-hmm. I
Very
just
similar.
I just told Richie, I said, she says to him all the time that he turned her into him as if it's like an insult or something upsetting. I'm like, that's just like feeding into what he wants. He wants you to be him.
Well, you already were. Like, essentially. Intelligent, above your age level,
Hmm.
modest, because look at the clothing she's wearing. She's dressed like a
Hmm.
40-year-old. Like all of those characteristics were already there. They were already ingrained in her in a way. And she's put forward this mask, but so does he.
Um, odd time to bring it up because we're all over the place. But like from season 2, I really need to see some flashbacks with her mom.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know that we'll get it. Maybe.
At
We
least one.
haven't even really gotten her dad.
Yeah, what did we get? Like
We
one
got a
or two?
photo.
Oh yes, 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 the photo.
We got a photo. That was it. Jermaine says, "Who do you think will forgive Gabby first in time?" Well, Don already has to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
But we just said we'd think it would be Margaret next. Shanessis is right. That's what drew him to her. How similar they were. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Hands down. Um. Okay. So Lacey's like kidnapped now. I guess. Zeke, we come to find out, was kidnapped by his uncle.
Oh yeah.
Which that was upsetting. So that answers that. That's who he was kidnapped by. His parents still don't know.
Right.
How is that possible?
Yeah.
I'm confused by that. I'm like,
Used to.
yeah, it's unusual. Alien says we got a flashback of her father being late.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's it though. And it wasn't even him. Was he even on it?
Mm-hmm.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember that.
Sir was so annoyed.
But anyway, it was for like a split second. You could change the actor and we wouldn't even know. Honestly.
Wait, I had another question. Don't leave my head. Don't leave my head. Shoot, it left my head.
Genesis is right. I was thinking the same thing. There's way more questions than answers.
Oh,
Truly.
I know what it was. I remember. You know what I didn't like? Which usually there's not many things like that I say about this show. Gabby telling Margaret in this episode to go to the bus station
I didn't
before.
like that either. I thought they were working on her not doing that. That was
Yeah.
upsetting,
It was like, why
but
did you remind her?
it's like selfishly motivated.
Yeah.
Which again is because she's not a good person. I just want you guys like I understand she does good things, but I just want people to see there are aspects of her personality that were just really like self-serving. The lying to Lacey for months is a prime example of that. She's not protecting her. That's BS. She's not.
Maybe she is one of those high IQ, low EQ people.
Probably. Because no one talks like she did in high school. So
Hmm.
maybe. 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 Jermaine says poor Zeke felt bad for the homie. I know, I felt really bad for him.
Yeah.
It was a sad story. Um, so we do finally get answers about that. Don, you don't really get much more out of him this episode, other than that there is obviously a lot going on with Ethan, his therapist / husband, which has bothered me this entire season. But oh, you know what else I had to say about Ethan? Okay, he ordered dinner. It was like one box of food. Quit playing. Who's ordering such little portions for dinner? Get out of here. Am I truly American? It was like one little to go box. That's not dinner. That's a snack. That is a snack, my friend. Anyway, I thought this was good. I'm glad that we're getting to see actual character development. Like Gabi having to admit this is really big character development for her.
Mhm.
I think my prediction for this next season is that it's going to be a lot of her trying to grovel to make it up to everybody what she's done. Um, obviously, we're going to have to deal with the immediate repercussions of Sir getting out and finding Lacey.
Mhm.
And she's right. She shouldn't bring Trent into this. And so I pray that she does not. She has done enough to that man's career.
Yeah.
If you love him, if you really love him, leave him the hell alone.
I definitely don't think she's gonna say anything about what she did, but I do think if Lacey comes up missing, she's
Yeah.
gonna go completely unhinged again, and she's definitely gonna go to him for help. And the team is definitely gonna be at M&A because where else would they be to find a missing person?
Yeah.
Now, will they be
True.
there after she's found? Maybe not. But until
Yeah.
the Lacey thing is solved, I think we'll see everybody together.
Hmm. So maybe that won't be a one episode thing. Maybe it'll be several episodes.
Hmm.
Interesting. And did I misread this, or were they renewed for 22 episodes? Is that what I saw?
What?
I thought Domain tweeted something. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, she confirmed it 21 hours ago. It shall be 22 episodes of NBC Found next season.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine how Mallory would react if he knew Janessa? He's going to be like, I told you so. I told you so.
Um, so this is gonna be so much fun. We're gonna have Walking Dead content and 22 episodes of Found.
Well, this won't air for a long time. This still has to
Well,
film and everything.
I mean, the other ones do too, though, right? Like Dead
Mm,
City and
I thought Dead City had already started filming.
oh, maybe.
And Daryl Dixon already started filming also.
Well, I was thinking about season 3 for him because I know they be getting down to business over there.
Yeah. If anything, no, we won't we won't get much overlap because most likely they're going to film this now. Oh, they go back filming in a few weeks, Vanessa said. Um, so what's going to happen is if they're going to prep for filming now, it's going to be to air in fall.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when this originally aired. So this is going to come in fall. We're not getting anything Walking Dead other than The Ones Who Live until 2025. But
Oh,
I don't know because I've heard mixed information about that. I heard that Dead City was delayed. Could be airing in summer, but either way, it's not really going to overlap much.
I heard Dead City was delayed, but I thought Daryl Dixon was gonna come up faster because
Mm,
they seem to get through their like um
well, they're short
recording.
seasons.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's people here don't care about that. They're not here for that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
sorry guys. Sorry guys.
get out of here. She's always bringing up Walking Dead. Okay, so I don't think there's really anything else to cover about this. But I'm going to give you guys some homework. 1, like and subscribe, please, for the love of God. I don't know why I said it like that. Love Dumpling. I don't know. 1, I love your name. I hope they film forever and make all the zombie shows forever and ever and ever. I don't know who you are, but that's an incredible comment. Thank you. Jermaine says The Ones Who Live having 1 season doesn't seem right. Not enough story.
I agree.
What? Get out here. We're not talking about this right now. Yeah, we're talking about Found. Stop it. Okay, so anyway, I want you guys, other than liking and subscribing, if you so choose, but like please do it. I want you also to comment on this video with what you'd like us to cover next. Again, I'd like it to remain in This is my husband. I'm pretty sure. Okay, love you. If it's not my husband, this is really awkward. Anyway, not me anonymously loving my husband online. Anyway, so okay, so I'm dead. I'm dead. So okay, so stop interrupting me. So I want you guys to comment with what you'd like us to cover next. Again, in the true crime or true crime adjacent area. So if you're like, look, I want you guys to cover actual cases, let us know. If you'd like us to cover a documentary that you saw, let us know. You just tell us, okay? It's gonna make more sense for us to cover something fictional. Just saying. But it doesn't have to be True Detective Night Country. It's just something that I brought up. So if you'd like to suggest that, great. If you're thinking of something else, please let us know. I don't really know of anything else in the same vein that's coming up other than like Law and Order, but there is so much there, y'all. I just don't think we are the people. There are people who've been doing that for years. Like those are the people to do that. You know what I mean? Like those shows have been on for so long since I was a kid. And honestly, I just don't I've loved SVU. I've watched it for years, but I haven't watched it in years because like it's been on for a really long time. But also there's so much lore there and backstory there. I feel like we would be remiss to cover it.
And crossovers with Chicago.
Yeah. But anyway, think on it. Let us know. If it's something that is airing currently, we will start immediately this next week. So give us some
Also,
feedback.
usually I have notes and like details and stuff, and I'm a hot mess because I've been sick. So my apologies, but if there's, I don't know, something I might usually say, and we missed it. You
Yeah,
guys
I
can
mean, if we missed anything, feel free to tell us. I don't I'm sick, so I don't know that I'm gonna say anything about it, but you're lucky I'm here, honestly.
I know there were like so many things when I was watching the episode that I was like, oh, I need to bring this up. I need to bring this up. But now I don't remember because it's been too long and I've been sick.
Yeah. I brought up all my stuff. It was mainly the to-go food and the unrealistic dialogue and Gabby dressing like a 40-year-old.
Let me
This is
see.
really what I had to say. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here this whole season. Actually, our our viewership for this is like a lot higher than I ever anticipated. I'm a baby channel still. So is Takeerah. She's a baby channel. You can check out the details in the description below for her channel as well. We're baby channels, and the fact that you guys have subscribed and liked these videos and commented and watched, I'm just honestly, I'm in shock over it. I get, I don't know. I don't know why you want to listen to us. I really don't. But we're really thankful for it. Sincerely thankful for it.
Very much
Um,
appreciative.
so we want to keep this train rolling, however that keeps rolling. So let us know what you want in the comments, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week covering a new show. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll see ya.